What's going on, Drip Firm? We're live in the Black Lives Matter Street Mural Project on Lawrence Street. I'm here with Dan Rivera, the mayor. What's going on, man?
How you doing?
So, how do you feel about what's going on right here?
You know, it's sad we got to do it, but I have a sense of pride that the young people have come together to do this. You know, anything that engages young people in what moves our community, I think, is a positive thing.
Sure. And like, what impact do you think it's gonna make on the community? Like, what impact do you think this is gonna make overall?
Listen, you know, we're the community of bread and roses.
For sure.
We're the community, you know, that led the labor movement in this country. The Hispanic Festival. We're an immigrant community, and I think it's important that the message is that we stand with the world behind the idea that Black Lives Matter. The idea that Black Lives Matter. You know, and I think it's very important for us to engage in this because there's a big conversation happening in our country.
Sure.
And I want to make sure people know that Lawrence is on the side of the angels, and that side is we have to stop murdering black folks in the name of law and order.
I agree. So I'm going to talk about my nonprofit.
Yeah.
Take Action Inspire. It's a nonprofit that's geared towards mentorship for the youth. And I'm going to ask you this question since you're here. What mentorship programs do you have available for the youth, or what mentorship programs are here that you can highlight so the people that are watching can, get more informed about it?
Listen, we have a lot of great nonprofits that do mentorship days. The Y does one. I know the Boys Club does one. To get kids connected to people who have careers and things like that. I think that the schools have a mentorship day through the high school. I think all that stuff is good. We personally, in the mayor's office, we have the mayor's internship program.
Okay.
And we have people as young as seniors in high school all the way through college. We have them come in and do internships with our office. Right now, of the 4 people that work in my office, 2 of them went through the internship program. Ivis was an intern. So we have the internship program. We think that's a good program because we pay them too. It's not just free internship. But I think that's part of it, that we're teaching people soft skills, all that stuff, and they're learning that there's more job opportunities out there. But I think mentorship is very important. I think about my mentors. Oddly enough, most of my mentors have been women of color, who have really done a lot of work around helping our community, and I think it's important to do.
And what do you have planned? I know you're in office for about 1 more year. So what do you have planned for the upcoming year in Lawrence in terms of community, in terms of the youth, in terms of police, in terms of anything that has to do community related?
Yeah, listen, I think we have done a lot with the Lawrence Police Department.
Okay.
We're a majority police department. That means 53% of the police officers are people of color. We've grown the number of women on the police department 5 times. It used to be 3, and now there's 15 women on the department.
Okay.
People think, well, that's like a small number, but it's only of 163 police officers. Our force is not as big as some other places. We just promoted our first Latino captain, and another lieutenant was made, another Latino lieutenant. So the police department is working hard on the chief ask, who knows. He's actually a kid who grew up in Lawrence. He went to Lawrence High School. And so he knows that there's a movement nationally to make sure that police are more connected to policing in the community.
Okay.
Now that's as small as an ice cream truck. And I know people clown on the ice cream truck, but the ice cream truck works, man. Little kids come up, people interact with the ice cream truck. But it's as big as also changing our use of force policy, and making sure that we fire bad police officers. So you got to do both things, and so I think we're doing that piece of it. But we also got $300,000 from the city council to spend on youth empowerment, and we're working with nonprofits who are focused on youth empowerment to help us figure out how to spend it. What do you think is going to come of this?
Personally, I think the youth is just going to be inspired to take action. That's really the goal of all of this. I think the youth is going to be really inspired to see 2 kids from Lawrence make all of this happen. We have people volunteering. None of this is paid for. It's all volunteers.
Yeah.
Kids are going to see this. It's going to be a trend, and they're going to start doing it themselves.
Listen, I always we do voter registration when we running elections, and try to explain to the youth that they have an incredible amount of power. And, I remember putting on a meme where it showed a group of students and the total number of registered voters. In Lawrence, we have about, something like 40,000 registered voters. And of that registered voter list, there was 3 or 4% of them were people under the age of you got to be 18 to vote, so 18 to 20.
Okay.
But only like 300 of them voted. So we were like, I was telling them, you got to come out and vote. I won my first election for mayor by 81 votes.
By 81 votes.
Yeah,
Okay.
you know 81 18-year-olds.
Yeah,
you
exactly.
know 81 19-year-olds. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? They could change the face of an election.
They
And
can
I
change
won
everything,
I won
yeah.
my second election by 300 votes. So you know there's more than that. So if they could change the face of an election, getting organized, participating, and voting. I mean, right now there's voting going on. There's early voting. It's Sunday. Imagine in America you can go Sunday and vote. I haven't seen that in forever. So I think it's important for they to be inspired by this and you guys and the work you're doing, but to continue to take action.
Sure.
It should be really just the beginning, and to hold us accountable, making sure that we're doing what we say we're going to do. And if we don't, vote us out. I mean, that's the thing that we do. And if there's a problem with police officers, to let us know about it. I think that's the problem. I think that's what I think kids will get that from this stuff.
And I think, yeah, that's actually what we're missing as well. Like, a lot of the youth does not vote, and that's really not right. So it's like, if we can push anything, we can push this, and we vote and we put it out there. Like, I voted today. Like, there's like little gifs and little things that you could put on social media and say, I voted. Little kids see that. We could talk about voting here. It could be a trend, and they'll go out and vote.
Yeah, and it's really easy to register and vote. Is one of the easiest things in the world to do, and the impact is so huge. You know, the impact
really
is
is.
huge. Well, I just thank you for doing it. You know,
Appreciate you for coming on.
Anytime.
For everything that you do for the city. This would have never been possible without you as well.
Well, you know, most of the stuff that happens that's good in Lawrence, I just stay out of the way. I just like just say yes and get out the way.
Just say yes and get out the way.
Yeah, no, it was funny because good things were happening before I became mayor. So, but I think sometimes politicians think it's about them. This is not about me.
I mean, it's a yes that makes the difference, though.
Yeah. Well, it's easy to say yes to good guys. You know.
It's BASTIENDRIP, the flyest in the city.
I'm Dan Rivera. I'm the mayor of Lawrence.
3,
2,
1, take action, inspire!